Welcome to Pumping Python. My name is Jacob Itegboje, and this is how to pass values. Time to write some code. I will open up the Explorer and with Control tilde on the keyboard, open up a terminal. On Windows without subsystem Linux, /make python tdd.ps1 telephone as the name of the project. On the other operating systems, it will be /make python tdd.sh. Telephone. Enter to run it. It makes the files and folders that are needed, installs packages, and runs the first test. When I Control Option click on the file name, it will open in the editor. I can change true to false to make the test pass. I have a warning for the spelling of the class name here. I will make this a capital T in telephone, and the warning goes away. I'll change this from test failure to test underscore passing underscore a underscore string. Then change the assert false to assert equal. This takes in two values to see if they're the same. One is reality, the other one is my expectation. In this case, reality will be a call to source.telephone.text. Parentheses, quotes, hello. And my expectation in quotes will be I received : hello. The terminal shows a name error. Name source is not defined. Hashtag name error in the list of exceptions encountered. Then at the top of the file, hit enter, import source.telephone. This gives me an attribute error. Module source.telephone has no attribute text. Another one for the list of exceptions encountered. Hashtag attribute error. Then I'll go to the source folder, grab telephone.py, put it on the left side of the editor. Close the Explorer, add the name text. This gives me a name error. Name text is not defined. I will assign it to none. The terminal shows a type error. Non-type object is not callable. I will add this to the list of exceptions as well. Hashtag type error. Then come back to telephone.py, change text to a function. def text parentheses : enter return, remove the equal sign, none. Another type error. Text takes 0 positional arguments, but 1 was given. In the parentheses, I will add value. This gives me an assertion error. None is not equal to I received hello. I will make a copy of this string, Control or Command C, then select none, Control or Command V to paste. And the test passes. The problem with this solution is that the text function does not care about the inputs. It always returns the exact same message, I received hello. I wanted to take in a value and show it as part of the message. I will add an assertion to show the problem. Enter after the closing parentheses, self.assert equal. Parentheses, enter source.telephone.text. Parentheses, quotes, yes, a comma at the end of the line. Enter on the next line in quotes, I received colon, yes. The terminal shows an assertion error. I received hello is not equal to I received yes. If I change hello to yes, I get another assertion error. I received yes is not equal to I received hello. This is for the previous assertion that was passing, so this will not work. I'm going to change this to use the input. F to the left of the opening quote to make it an F string. Curly braces around yes, change that to value. And the test passes. This is called string interpolation. And I want to see what happens when I try it with the other Python data structures. Enter twice, backspace. def test underscore passing underscore a underscore class. Parentheses self a colon at the end. Enter self.assert equal. Parentheses enter source.telephone.text. Parentheses object a comma at the end. Object is the class that all Python classes inherit from, so the mother of all classes, if you will. Enter on the next line in quotes, my expectation is I received colon object. The terminal shows an assertion error. I received class object is not equal to I received object. I will change this to match. A less than sign class object in quotes, greater than sign to the right of that quote. And the test passes. I'm going to make a copy of these 4 lines, then paste them below. To try this with another class, let's say this one here. So change object to test telephone. The terminal shows an assertion error. I received class test.test underscore telephone.test telephone is not equal to I received class object. I'll change this to match. Test dot test underscore telephone dot test telephone. And the test passes. Enter twice after the closing parentheses, backspace. def test underscore passing underscore none. Parentheses self a colon at the end. Enter to go to the next line, self.assert equal. Parentheses, enter source.telephone.text. Parentheses, none, a comma at the end. Enter on the next line, my expectation in quotes is I received colon quote, none, close the quote. The terminal shows an assertion error. I received none is not equal to I received none in quotes. When I remove them, the terminal shows passing tests. Enter twice after the closing parentheses, backspace, DEF, test underscore passing underscore A underscore Boolean. Parentheses, self, colon at the end. Enter after the colon, self.assert equal. Parentheses, enter, source.telephone.text. Parentheses, true, a comma at the end. Enter, my expectation in quotes is I received colon quote true, close the quote. The terminal shows an assertion error. There are no quotes around the true. When I remove them, the test passes. I'll select these 4 lines, make a copy, enter below, Ctrl or Command V to paste. I want to do this with the other Boolean, change true to false. The terminal shows an assertion error. I received false is not equal to I received true. I'll change this to match. And the terminal shows passing tests. Enter twice, backspace. DEF test underscore passing underscore and underscore integer. Parentheses self colon at the end. Enter self.assert equal. Parentheses enter source.telephone.text. Parentheses 1, 2, 3, 4. A comma at the end. Enter. And on the next line in quotes, I received colon quote 1, 2, 3, 4. Close the quote. The terminal shows an assertion error. When I remove the quotes from the number, the test passes. Enter twice, backspace, DEF test underscore passing underscore A underscore float. Parentheses self, a colon at the end. Enter. Self.assert equal. Parentheses enter source.telephone.text. Parentheses 1.234, a comma at the end. Enter. In quotes, my expectation is I received colon quote 1.234. Close the quote. The terminal shows an assertion error. When I change my expectation to match reality, the test passes. Enter twice, backspace. DEF test underscore passing underscore A underscore tuple. Parentheses self, a colon at the end. Enter self.assert equal. parentheses, enter source, the telephone, the text, parentheses again, 1, comma 2, comma 3, comma quotes n, a comma at the end of the line. Enter. My expectation in quotes is I received colon quotes parentheses 1, comma 2, comma 3, comma n. The terminal shows an assertion error. There are no quotes around the parentheses, and I am missing quotes around the n. I will add them. And the test passes. Enter twice after the closing parentheses backspace. DEF test underscore passing underscore a underscore list. Parentheses self a colon at the end. Enter after the colon self dot assert equal. Parentheses enter source dot telephone dot text. Parentheses square brackets 1, comma 2, comma 3, comma quotes n, a comma at the end of the line. Enter in quotes I received colon quotes square brackets 1, comma 2, comma 3, comma n. The terminal shows an assertion error. There are no quotes around the square brackets, and I am missing quotes around the n. And the test passes. Enter twice, backspace. DEF test underscore passing underscore a underscore dictionary. Parentheses self a colon at the end. Enter after the colon self dot assert equal. Parentheses enter source dot telephone dot text. Parentheses curly braces enter in between them. Quotes key 1 colon quotes value 1 comma. Enter quotes key n colon quotes value n comma. A comma to the right of the closing parentheses, enter quotes I received colon curly braces. Key 1 colon value 1 comma. Key n colon value n. The terminal shows an assertion error. I am missing quotes around the key value pairs. I will add them. Double click on key 1 quotes, value 1 quotes, key n quotes, value n quotes. And all tests are passing. Okay, I'm going to close out test telephone.py, select everything in telephone.py, hit delete. I want to write the solution without looking at the tests. I have an attribute error. Module source.telephone has no attribute text. I will add the name, which gives me a name error. Name text is not defined. I will assign this to none to define it. The terminal shows a type error. Non-type object is not callable. I'll make this a function to make it callable. def text parentheses colon enter return remove the equal sign none. Another type error. Text takes 0 positional arguments, but 1 was given. In the parentheses, I will add argument. The terminal shows an assertion error. None is not equal to I received none. I'm going to make a copy of this. Control Command C, double click on none. Control Command V to paste. The terminal shows another assertion error. I received none is not equal to I received 1, 2, 3, 4. So I will hit enter after the colon here and return argument. This shows me the difference between the input and the expected output. I have an assertion error for every test here in the summary info. True is not equal to I received true. Class object is not equal to I received class object. None is not equal to I received none. 1, 2, 3, 4 is not equal to I received 1, 2, 3, 4. The same happens with all the others. They expect the input as part of the message. So I'll put an F to the left of the opening quote here to make it an F string. Curly braces around none, change it to argument. Then remove return argument. And all the tests are passing. I like it. I will bring back testtelephone.py to the editor, close out the Explorer and the terminal. Here are the tests I ran to see what happens when I pass Python data structures from a test to a program and place them in an F string. I test pass in a string, test pass in a class, test pass in none, test pass in a Boolean, test pass in an integer, test pass in a float, test pass in a tuple, test pass in a list, and test pass in a dictionary. I also encountered the following exceptions: assertion error, name error, attribute error, and type error. Would you like to test how to make a person? I will see you in the next one.